In today's video, we're going to be applying Soviet doctrine. This idea comes from a viewer who not only provided a resource, but the idea. We're going to be utilizing extreme exertion of force throughout this video. We're also going to focus on the one foundational principle, which is firepower is maneuver. We're going to be focusing on targeting units' weak points and not so much their strong points. Although this is Warno, we will need to kind of form a front line and attempt to flank them. Artillery is going to be our main usage for our firepower, and hopefully we can get that online here shortly. So, the Soviets consider meeting engagements, which we're currently engaging in, as an offensive operation, so we're going to be applying some of those resources, or some of these concepts as well. This is just classic Soviet doctrine. We're not going too deep into it, but it's something that I thought would be fun to explore. And if it's something you're going to enjoy, let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoy military strategy, tactics, and doctrine and like seeing applied to strategy games, I guarantee this is the channel for you. So make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any resources that you would like to see applied to video games, let me know down below. Overall, we're operating as a one-level echelon, so the first level echelon. During World War II, the Soviets would operate as like a two-tier, a first and a second-tier echelon, meaning the first level echelon would penetrate and slowly start to degrade the enemy front line, and then the second echelon would come through and sweep everything up. Ideally, if that wasn't feasible, they would just punch through as one echelon and really engage the enemy and destroy anything that they've come across. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to ensure that we're always working in a combined arms operation, which is always extremely easy to say, but extremely challenging to do sometimes. We're going to be dismounting our AAA and engaging what looks to be an enemy aircraft, currently unarmored, probably reconning our area, observing our advance, and trying to identify our weak points. We're going to continue pushing forward. We're going to synchronize all our attacks, focus on the enemy weak points, and really overexert ourselves at the beginning of this conflict. We're going to get our artillery online, and ideally we're going to get some of our most powerful ones up and running that it's going to allow us to provide some precision firepower. We're going to make sure our units unload, and it looks like the AI really rushed forward and eliminated our infantry. Once our tanks get into position and our infantry is online, we're going to begin engaging these units, and we're going to begin breaking off of this engagement, because as you see right here, the AI is really heavy into it, and we don't have the resources to really man this position or exert a lot of force currently. So we're going to do our best, and we're also going to bring up our one of our Mi-8s and engage this Leopard tank that's currently harassing us. We're also going to get our own helicopters online to provide some anti-tank support, and we're going to begin coordinating some of our attacks. So let's begin doing that. Let's get our rockets. Ideally, we should have got AT online, but we can harass this unit right here. What looks to be a tank. What's that? He's going to be easy to destroy, and he's already neutralized. Our force begins to getting in the area of operation. We begin doing a few things. Helicopter's going to engage that tank. Not overly concerned about it. He kind of tore through our little weakened front line right here, but we're honestly overexerting ourselves on this left-hand side. We're going to evac that unit, and we're going to begin engaging. It looks like one of our tanks, our T-55A, is engaging that infantry unit over there on that right flank. As our front line forms, we're going to push through and continue exerting ourselves, doing as much damage as we can, getting our artillery online. Ideally, like Warno, is a bit difficult to get everything going all at once, especially in a meeting engagement when you have limited forces. Next up, we do need infantry, so we're going to get them up next. Like with most combined arms operations, everything needs to get in place before we can really set everything up. We're going to get one T-34. What is that? T-44? Oh, we lost an airplane? There goes our AAA. Looks like he engaged us. And we're going to get our own AA up and running. We're not going to be harassed this whole time. We do have right there. Here's our own AAA or our own AA. Fire at will at everything. Fire all units. All right, we're going to begin resecuring this position. We're going to move our tank up, and ideally we're going to avoid frontline fights, and we're going to attempt to strike deep. What I mean by strike deep is we're going to isolate command structures, anything like that, and degrade the enemy long range. degrade the enemy's forces behind their front line. If their forces behind their front line are degraded, it's going to allow us to operate much more efficiently when we punch through and get everything up and running. Let's get some anti-tank vehicles online. Let's get some more helicopters up and running. We have a nice little front line forming. Let's get also we're going to need another air defense. We just need him chilling. Front lines forming, massive little artillery strike. Artillery is finally online. Remember, maneuver is firepower, and that's what we're trying to exploit at this moment in time. We really want to shut all of these units down before we do absolutely anything. We're going to begin moving forward. Recon's reconning. We're holding this position over here on the right-hand side. The next thing we need is logistics. We can't really operate effectively without a logistics supply line, even at the most basic level. We're going to reinforce this position over here. We don't want to lose it. And then ideally, we're going to bring in some more artillery. We have a multi-rocket launch system getting in play. We're not going to engage that unit right there. And we're going to stand by. We're going to move our T-34s up, or T-55A. Is that a T-34? It says T-34-65M. Wow. All right, enemies looking to attack us on our flank. We're going to shut that down almost immediately. Tanks are going to tank. T-34s are going to push. T-55A is going to push, securing our next tree line. All right. Overall, we're setting up on this side over here as well, getting long sight lines, seeing anything that we can possibly see. Command points in. Overall, fairly weak section over here. AAA's AAAing, kind of chilling. Hopefully, we're going to push it forward a little bit so we don't get harassed so much. We're going to move our anti-tank up. AAA is going to move forward because we need a relatively decent front line, and we need that air support if someone does try to penetrate our line. And then we're going to continue to do some deep operations. Harass them with our artillery, shut everything down. We need more mortars. We only have one operational right now. We have our AAA moving up. Let's get another helicopter in play. Infantry units going to be absolutely destroyed. As you see, running across the field. No longer having a good time. He's still up and running. Not anymore. All right, area is basically secured, front lines destroyed, so what we're going to do is we're going to push our advantage, maintaining the offensive. Remember, we always want to be on the offensive. We always want to exert force. We always want to be capable of destroying anyone that's in our way. Continuing to push forward. Tanks in position. Let's go over here. Let's get our multi-rocket launch system, see what he's doing. We're going to assign him to what you are. Oh, you're a battery. Is this not my KDA? This is not. I wonder if my deck didn't save last night. I had Black Shark. I wonder if I selected KDA. All right, continuing to push forward. We are in deep. Now we can kind of conduct some more long-range operations. We can resecure this Twin Cities over here. Recon's kind of operating freely. We're going to get our T-34s into position. We're going to start driving out some of these forces, and we're going to suppress them with artillery. We're going to engage that unit that's moving in. Everyone's going. Artillery's falling. Artillery's up and running. And here we go. Once we drive all of those forces out, we're going to continue pushing forward. We're going to set up our front lines, and we're going to attack deep onto that objective over there. Ideally, what we should be doing is some deep recon. We don't have any recon up. I wish recon was first. We're going to try and get recon up and running. Helicopters are going to move. Get that unit online. And we're already almost about to win. Let's get some more AT up and running. Anti-tank. Right here on that front line. Unfortunately, that Leopard's going to be really, really difficult to deal with. So let's see. Let's see if we can shut that unit down. Let's get air. Let's get our AAA up. Or double A. I don't know why I call it AAA. I've always just called it AAA. I feel like it's been called AAA. Immediate evac. We don't need to go that deep. He's already being chased off. We have so many resources being wasted on that tank, right? That one leopard that's just been absolutely obliterated. All right, continuing to move forward, continuing to push. Next thing we need to do is set up more supply lines. This unit's going to fall back in repair. I don't think this unit had the range that I thought it did. He's fine to move. We're going to set up more logistics lines, right, over here on this right-hand side. Next up, we need to get another tank online. Some more T-55s. Oh, yeah. And I know we're like overextending, but we're overextending on purpose. Remember, we need extreme exertion of force. So as we push forward, we need to get all these units up and running. We're going to land this MI-8 so we can refit. We're going to evac our one air. All right, we're going to do all of that. We're going to wait for our infantry to punch through first, and then we're going to start a deep operation and attempt to secure this last objective. Ideally, we need to move more artillery up. So let's grab two of these. We're going to set them right here on this flank. We really don't want to go too far into that city. That T-55 is going to be challenging. Oh, no, he's not. He's already done. Never mind. Let's move up to this tree line. I think that's a good little position. It allows us to secure that road. You move up to there. You move up to there. All right, continue to shut down a lot of their... Can you just unload, bro? Unload right here. All right, we have a tank. Ooh, that's a really good... So that's a perfect example of a deep strike, is destroying any logistic supply lines. That's going to really limit their ability to function. This unit's running out of gas all the way at the front. We're going to try and get a logistics to him. We're actually not going to do that because I remember we're pulling him back. If you can engage that unit, that's going to be perfectly fine. I don't want to move these MI-8s up too far without having an idea of where their AAA is. They're AA, AAA. Our supply, we're a bit overextended in my opinion, honestly. I think we have a lot of really good units, but at the end of the day, all right. Logistics is almost up. Right there. This unit's going to fall back to right there. He's going to get gas. This unit's going to fall back. We're going to refit before our main assault. We're going to unload because I don't want to lose 3 infantry units to that one. Please unload. Begin engaging. We need to get rid of that unit as fast as possible. Get artillery online. Danger, close little airstrike. See if we can harass that enemy AI. Oh. Unload, dude. Just unload. What are you doing? You've been just chilling for so long. Let's see what we can do. All right, they have a good little layered air defense. They also are pushing into this objective over here. We're going to try and shut everything down that's going on right here. Oh my God, dude. We're going to evac our AAA. We're going to evac our rockets. They're bringing in their own. We need to get our own AA out. We're going to get them online. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get more heavy tanks up. We're going to push everyone out of this town. We're going to hit them with artillery. I don't think that's AA. I keep thinking it is, but it's not. Dude. This is Control 2. T. We're going to shut down that supply line. This unit's going to be getting gas. We're still really engaging this one position right here. That unit's going to fall back. We're kind of just refitting right now. It feels like we're a bit overextended, but we're trying to punch through. Once we punch through, we're going to really collapse this main supply network over here on the right. I think that's a really good idea. Right? We collapse that supply unit. That kind of forces them to fall back a little bit. We're going to dissolve this unit. We're going to push forward. Push forward. Shut down whatever's going down in that building. And right now we're just playing the endless, like, get everything up and running game, it seems like. We got a seed aircraft if we really wanted to conduct some deep strikes. We can try and get recon online. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be. See what we can do. I don't like how those are always, like, set up. They need to change that. Just have people, like, because I feel like the majority of players are going to not micro that, like, initially. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me that, like, especially for beginners, that things should be set up initially for beginners, and then maybe in the menu you can change it. Like, if there's, like, a section in the main menu, you can kind of choose how to set that up, and it saves your settings. I don't know if that's a thing in this game, but it really seems like we're still harassing that unit on the front line. All right, let's get ready for this push. I think everyone... Why don't you have any gas, dude? I don't really want logistics that far up. T-55 is going to push. All right, we're pushing into their back line, and if anything, we can hit them on the flank and encircle them. What do these guys do? So, like, I would also like some of the auto cells defaulted. Let's get rid of this. Like, we have like a small little, what looks to be force forming in this area, which is a very strong front line. Basically, we could, like, collapse in it and encircle these guys and completely destroy them, but then we lose the advantage over here on the right. So honestly, according to our doctrine that we would use, like, we would, like, attack this flank and we wouldn't really focus on the front. Right, they have layered air defense, so honestly we can't really penetrate that deep. This unit's running out of gas. Supply lines, we have a lot of points to spend. We have a bit of a recon unit over here on that right hand side. I asked you to evac, I thought. So, like, right, they're easily just walking in right there, what looks to be. We should be able to engage that unit and easily destroy them. We're going to continue pushing forward. I thought that unit was getting supplied. Apparently I was incorrect. We're going to continue maintaining that supply line, and they're reconning with their airframe. We're going to collapse over here on this left-hand side because our front over here is not very good. What looks to be a tank. Shut that down. Already shut down. Seed airframe needs to get out of there. Alright, radar is active, but he's being engaged. We're going to take out their AA. Get some infantry on deck. Right here on this right-hand side. Get some rockets to destroy basically this guy who's just running wild. We're going to get these two T-55s. We're going to dissolve them. They're going to push forward. We're going to try and get more artillery online too. Alright, it looks like they're pushing heavy on this right side, so this is a very weak point for us. I still don't wish... I wish these units would not fly as deep as they do. Ooh, someone's hitting them. This is a good little push by them. So we're going to work on encircling. Right? Like this is... While this is like a good idea for them, it's also an extremely bad idea. We're just going to collapse in on them. I think that's the best play. We just collapse in, just shut everything down, hit them on their flank where they're going to be weak. We're gonna hit that anti-tank that's right there, that recon unit that's right there. And we're just gonna crush everything. We're gonna shut down any sort of AAA. We're gonna try and hide that unit. This Leopard needs to be engaged. Everything's online. They need to stop. These units need to unload. We're just walking right into a massacre, right? We don't want to walk into that massacre. Alright, it looks like they're pushing over here on this right-hand side. Pull back our logistics line. Don't want to lose that. I asked that unit to evac, and of course he chose to just die like normal. Still attempting to collapse. Get some more anti-tank up on this road. Push forward. As we collapse, this whole front's going to close. This Leopard's going to be dealt with. Ideally, it's not the best tank, but I think a 3-to-1 odds should be able to shut that tank down. Let's see. Where'd he go? All right, there we go. He's going to expose himself. And just like that, front armor hit from that T-55A dealt with him. We're going to continue this flanking operation over here on this left-hand side. We're going to continue overexerting ourselves on this front. There is what looks to be some artillery fire on that flank. Am I out of ammo? What's going on here? I don't even remember where that was from. Tank's going to continue pushing in. AAA is going to maintain its position. Infantry is going to continue moving forward. This unit's out of gas. We're going to grab a logistics vehicle and push up and maintain these supply lines. Because if we don't have supply, then we can't really do anything, right? No supply, no nothing. We still have a lot of units we can get online. I'm confused why that unit was having trouble targeting. All right, we're just dropping so much artillery on that one position right now. I don't want it active at all. We're not going to send any airframe up there. We have no eyes. Like, right, sending any airframes up there is going to be like a death sentence to anyone. We should easily be able to engage that. We have so many units who could destroy that. I don't want that unit being engaged. We just dropped a cluster on us. It's a good thing we evac that area, though. Our front lines are starting to split. This isn't looking really good for us. We also don't have a good air defense bubble at all. Like, our air defense bubble is really, really weak. Right, we have this good flanking maneuver all in these trees. We do have some good artillery that's been harassing this whole time. All of that's been doing really, really good. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's been performing like as good as it can be. We're kind of keeping the AI, but like our flanks really exposed over here, and we don't really have the AAA support to push forward. We also don't have our C plate online, but we're almost done. Primarily, we should have a lot of this infantry online that we don't, so that's our mistake. We're going to attempt to get some of this infantry online because with our units pushed so far forward, we have no front line. We also have no anti-tank on this back line. That's really not good for us. These guys just get out of there. Everyone needs to leave. That's way overextended. We don't have this. We don't have the support. Our flanks exposed, and the AI is just penetrating, and is going to harass everything on our back line. And that's a lot of our like major resources we don't want to lose. So we're gonna fall back right there. We're kind of forming a front, which is okay. We did penetrate pretty good. We just don't have the resources far enough forward to really maintain this assault. A lot of our infantry should be further up, and we're going to try getting some of them online, but there's only 4 minutes left. That's a seed. Let's get another AT. We're going to overwhelm their airspace, or our airspace. We're pulling off right here. I don't like what's going on. I don't like our lack of tanks. I don't like that recon unit. We also don't have really any recon over here. We're going to try and get recon online. We're not doing any deep recon. Our AI is pushing forward, which is perfectly fine. We could like do a deep strike and shut that down over there on that right-hand side. We're going to try and get some resupply going over here. Get some of these units back online. Evac that unit. I'm just going to try and shut all of this down. Alright, hopefully our... Alright, and we're engaging with our AA. Whoa, what was that? He's evacing. He's getting shot at. Come on, my dude. Do not hold fire. Fire at will. Always fire at will. There we go. Airspace is being denied. This unit's going to fall back, get resupplied. We have supply up here for these units. These pioneers are doing just fine. They're going to maintain that line of sight. We're going to harass a bit over here. Evac. Tanks. What do we have for tanks? We get some more T-34s. That'd be fun. Way up on that front. Infantry's moving into the position. We're going to just we're going to secure this town. And I think it's just time to move forward. Building to building. We're just going to push everyone out. Recon's doing fine. Artillery's doing fine. We're just going to shut everything down. We have no more artillery. Where's our... We put 2 guys over here, I thought. Unload. And I think that's fine, right? They have a small little front, and we're just going to hit them with all the artillery we have. All right, that guy's just going to have an absolute terrible time. Pushing forward, our recon, we're still managing our recon really poorly, in my opinion. I just don't think we're doing it very well. We're going to unload right here. And we're just turning into an artillery fight. There we go. I think these units should be able to hit that front line. They don't have the... What's that? AA? Look at that. That's a good little deep strike. That's going to shut down all of their advance, and we're just going to push the city, right? We're going to push them out. They don't have the forces. They don't have the artillery up. We're having our own artillery fall. Oh, wow. That's a good little strategic strike. And that's the map. That was good. That was fun. Honestly, if you enjoy military strategy, tactics, and doctrine, like seeing applied to strategy games, subscribe. Peace.